Chemical processing and hair coloring. Introduction to chemical processing and hair coloring techniques. Hello folks, welcome to this lesson on chemical processing and hair coloring. In the field of cosmetology, understanding the science behind chemical processing and hair coloring is essential for stylists who wish to provide top-notch services. This lecture will provide an in-depth look at the fundamental techniques as well as a keen emphasis on safety protocols necessary for effective and secure handling of chemicals. Introduction to chemical processing and hair coloring techniques. The science of hair structure. To comprehend how chemical processing and coloring work, it's important to first understand the basic structure of hair. Hair is primarily composed of keratin, a type of protein that forms a fibrous structural component. Each strand is comprised of 3 layers. Cuticle, the outermost layer, made up of overlapping cells like the scales on a fish. It serves as the protective shield. Cortex, the middle layer, containing melanin which provides color and determines strength and elasticity. Medulla, the innermost layer that is not always present and has less impact on hair care decisions. Chemical processing techniques. Chemical processing involves altering the structure of the hair to achieve desired outcomes such as straightening, curling, or texturizing. Common techniques include hair relaxing. Objective, to chemically straighten curly or wavy hair. Method, using chemicals to break the hydrogen bonds in the hair's cortex, thus relaxing the curl pattern. Perming. Objective, to create curls or waves in straight hair. Method, utilizing a perming solution to alter the hair's internal structure, followed by neutralizers to reform bonds in the desired shape. Hair coloring techniques. Hair coloring is a popular technique used to change the natural color of hair, conceal gray hairs, or follow current trends. Several methods are frequently employed. Permanent hair color. Mechanism involves the use of ammonia and peroxide to open the cuticle and deposit color into the cortex. Durability. Permanent colors do not wash out and offer long-lasting results but require touch-ups as roots grow. Semi-permanent hair color. Mechanism uses smaller dye molecules that partially penetrate the hair shaft without altering the natural pigments permanently. Durability. Lasts through several washes but fades over time, allowing less commitment to new shades. Highlights and balayage. Objective, to add depth and dimension to hair by lightening specific strands. Technique. Highlights often involve foiling sections of hair, while balayage uses freehand painting for a more natural look. Understanding chemical processing and hair coloring safety protocols.
The use of chemicals in hair treatments necessitates strict adherence to safety protocols to protect both the stylist and the client from potential hazards. Below are key guidelines to ensure safety. Pre-service precautions. Conduct patch tests to check for allergic reactions before applying chemicals to the hair. Gather comprehensive client history to rule out any contraindications related to chemical processing. Safe handling of chemicals. Always wear protective gloves when applying chemical products to avoid skin irritation. Use well-ventilated areas to reduce inhalation of fumes during treatments. Post-service care. Educate clients on post-treatment care, including proper cleansing, conditioning, and maintenance routines to extend the lifespan of the processing. Advise on using sulfate-free products and hydrating masks to maintain healthy hair after treatments. Introduction to chemical processing and hair coloring techniques. Chemical processing fundamentals. 1. Understanding hair structure, knowing how hair is composed and how chemicals interact with it. 2. Chemical reactions, understanding the chemical reactions involved in processing hair. 3. Safety precautions, understanding the importance of safety precautions when working with chemicals. Hair coloring techniques. 1. Temporary coloring, depositing color onto the hair shaft without penetrating the cortex. 2. Semi-permanent coloring, depositing color onto the hair shaft and partially penetrating the cortex. 3. Permanent coloring, penetrating the cortex and changing the hair's natural pigment. Chemical hair relaxing and straightening. 1. Chemical relaxing, breaking down the hair's curl pattern to achieve a straighter texture. 2. Chemical straightening, using chemicals to break down the hair's curl pattern and achieve a straighter texture. Hair lightening and bleaching 1. Hair lightening, using chemicals to lighten the hair's natural pigment. 2. Bleaching, using strong chemicals to remove the hair's natural pigment. Tips and best practices. 1. Always perform a strand test, testing the chemicals on a small section of hair before applying it to the entire head. 2. Follow instructions carefully, following the instructions carefully to avoid over-processing or under-processing the hair. 3. Use protective gear, using protective gear such as gloves and goggles to protect yourself from the chemicals. Here's a summary. The science of hair structure. Hair structure components. 1. Cuticle, the outermost layer, protecting the hair shaft. 2. Cortex, the middle layer, containing melanin and keratin. 3. Medulla, the innermost layer, not always present. Hair growth and development. 1. Hair follicle, the root of the hair where growth occurs. 2. Hair growth cycle, anagen growth, catagen transitional, and telogen resting phases. 3. Hair growth rate, average 0.5 inches 1.3 centimeters per month. Hair texture and porosity. 1. Hair texture, determined by the shape of the hair follicle. 2. Hair porosity, ability of hair to absorb and retain moisture. Hair strength and elasticity. 1. Hair strength, determined by the cortex and cuticle. 2. Hair elasticity, ability of hair to stretch and return to its original shape. Hair damage and repair. 1. Causes of hair damage, chemical processing, heat styling, and environmental factors. 2. Hair repair, using treatments and products to restore hair health. Understanding hair structure for hair care. 1. Choosing the right products, selecting products based on hair texture and porosity. 2. Using gentle hair care techniques, minimizing damage through gentle washing and styling. 3. Protecting hair from damage, using protective products and techniques to prevent damage. In conclusion, understanding chemical processing and hair coloring involves a blend of scientific knowledge and practical skills, combined with a strong emphasis on safety. By mastering these techniques and following safety protocols, professionals can achieve excellent results while ensuring the well-being of their clients. Always stay informed about new advancements and regulations in the field to provide the safest and most effective service possible. Thank you for taking this lesson on chemical processing and hair coloring. We hope to see you in the next lesson. Happy learning!